Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone in between and beyond, welcome to the Three Weebs, One Mic podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Kanye. These are my lovely co-hosts, your local Bonnet Gang member, Naj Shama the Drama, the man who taught himself to read in the room and has not picked up a book since, Redacted D Sensei. Also, special shout out to the man behind the scenes helping us push this content to you, a producer named Sick Black. How y'all feeling today?
Call this nigga sick back, but I can't read. Funny as shit.
I didn't say you couldn't read. I said you don't. You learned how to read in the room, which is very impressive. So today we are going to be talking about the first 5 episodes of the second season of Nocturne. So spoiler warning if you haven't gotten to that point yet. I think it's a good idea to do a broad strokes recap of those first 5 episodes before we get into the details. So Episode 1 starts off with a brief flashback of Alucard looking for something in Egypt before he made his appearance in the season 1 finale. We then jump to the immediate aftermath of the season 1 finale, and our protagonists are still trying to deal with the belt marks on their ass. Elizabeth is grieving the death of Jolta. The deadbeat abbot is facing questions about the humanity of the night creatures and of Terra. And it ends with the cliffhanger of Jota returning as a night creature. Episode 2 goes to a flashback of how Jota became a vampire. Maria looks for some smoke, but then she finds her mom and spends some quality time with a vampire. Grandpa Belmont gets suited and booted. Richter's big mouth gets him into trouble again. Orlocks get branded, and then we get to see the night creature Jota in action for the very first time. Spoiler alert again, she kicks ass. But what else is new? Episode 3, another Jota flashback. Looking for a vessel for Sekhmet. I think I pronounced that right. The bitch ass monk.
Pretty good. Okay.
Yeah. The bitch ass monk gets some vampire dick. Tara gives Maria her emo card. She starts using dark arts. Richter and Alucard have a philosophical discussion out of execution. Episode 4, Crash Out Maria gets her get back. Then Richter and Alu lose again. Episode 5, Maria wants to crash out forever, but her mom tells her no. Ed is still fucking singing, and Paris prepares for war, and it ends with Annette having an epiphany on what she needs to do next. So that's it. That is where we leave off on episode 5. Overall thoughts on the season so far.
First things first, even in night creature form, the answer is yes.
This nigga, bro. This nigga,
Hooves and all.
That's crazy work. I'm not gonna lie. That's insane work.
Yes.
Out of a pimp named Slickback.
Yes. All of her orifices had teeth before.
Hey, man.
Look, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I didn't. As long as they molars,
that's wild.
That's
wild.
As long as they molars, I'm willing to take the chance. If they sharp,
freaky fucking frog shirt.
Ladies, do you see this?
Yeah, use a freaky frog.
Look, this is my first anime crush, y'all. Let me have this. All right.
Okay. You know what?
Yeah.
This is my first.
We're all allowed one, and I think as far as anime crushes go, to be out there, she's not a crazy pick to be out there. I see the vision. The body is
everybody gets one.
The body is team, but that's too much for me. That's too much for me.
I'd have been scared and hard the whole time.
Yikes.
Yeah, looking that thirsty, gang.
Hey, a fear boner is a real thing.
He knows.
I don't even want to know. I'm not even gonna.
That's real ball knowledge. You ain't there.
So what was y'all's favorite episode out of these first 5?
Favorite.
For me, it's very easy, and I'm surprised if we all don't have the same. But I'm gonna let y'all.
Well, I really liked the intro, but that's because I love lore and I'm Kemet obsessed. Okay, they're bringing in Sekhmet. She is one of my favorite Kemetic goddesses. So selfishly, for that reason, I would say that. But also, I really did the episode with Maria's crash out with her father and all of that. Like, yes, cinematic, ate it up. And then, if is that the same episode or is that not the same episode where Drota and Alucard is crapping? Because that too.
That's the same episode.
Yeah.
Okay, well then that is my favorite one. That is my
Yes.
favorite one.
That is
That's my
the
favorite one. And
correct
then the
answer.
first one, the first episode is my second favorite one. It's my number 2.
Yeah, that's definitely my favorite episode.
So that would be what, 3 or 4 then?
That's 4.
It was 4.
4. Okay. I think mine would probably be. I think it's 3 actually. Right before the crash out. I like seeing her Maria
Learn the powers and shit.
Learn that power when she first opened that portal, brought out that big ass wolf. That shit was cold.
And her mom basically told her stop.
And then
she unlocked, locked in. That was dope.
Yeah, I like that. That was also the same episode where Richter and Alucard had the little philosophical discussion when the king was being executed.
Actually, that was afterwards. Wait, no, it wasn't.
That was episode 3.
It was episode.
That was at the end of it, right?
It was at the very end. That was the very last thing.
I'm pretty sure they had a good fight scene in that one too towards the beginning. That's when
when they was fucking with the vampires and in the woods and trying to save them people.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Yeah, that was good. Wasn't that when Richter gave away their position where they was going next?
That is when he gave away their position.
Which I think it's so cute the way that they like interweave the callbacks from Nocturne to Castlevania, because they do it like frame by frame with little scenes like that. Because in Castlevania there was a scene where Trevor did some hot shit to Smoke They Move, so like they're kind of like keeping the continuity that way. And I thought the callbacks, like when Richter was asking Alucard, like, where the fuck was you at? He was like, damn, I got tired of Belmont's dying. It's like, damn.
I definitely see a lot of Trevor and Richter.
Boy, your motherfucking daddy.
Man, for real. I'm like, y'all niggas is dumb.
It's that big dumb ass collar for me, bro. It's that big dumb ass collar that come up to like his that fat ass collar he got on. He be rocking that shit though.
Well,
headband.
Look back. What's your favorite episode? So me and Naj, we said 4. Redacted said 3. What about you?
I might have to go with 4 with y'all because that just had it had a lot going on.
Yeah, I feel like it's basically like the midpoint climax. Like everything up until that point built to there. And then I feel like episode 5 is like a bit of a reset.
Rising tension, as they say.
Yeah.
Our hot girl villain said, Alucard, pull up. I want to run it back. Cause you did your big one. I got the next one. Yeah. Match. Pussy. She said match, pussy.
She said, what up though?
Episode 3 didn't.
He said, "You can't kill me. I'm a bad bitch."
We may get into it, but wasn't that the episode where they branded all rocks? Or was that 4?
I think that was.
No, that was.
They made him get on his knees or whatever and branded him on his forehead. Was that 3 or 4?
I want to say that was 4.
That was actually episode 2.
Episode 2, okay.
His response to his lover was fire. He said, "I'm ancient."
He said, "I'm way too strong, way too."
He said, "This shit not gonna last."
It'll fade.
That shit.
He said that shit was hard.
He said,
the one-liners, the quips, and Nocturne, they got the bangers, the heat.
I'm true to this, not new to this shit.
That's a perfect segue into the next question, which is y'all favorite moments and or lines from this season so far. I got one from Maria. Like I like when she first opened the portal. She was going through her grief. She's like, maybe I'm making monsters just like my father. I'm like, maybe you is, bitch.
Maybe you is, bitch.
It's really cool.
I think it's funny that you said I'm a bad bitch. You can't kill me because like I have that in my notes as a Jota quote. Swear to God, I'm reading it right now. I swear to God, we here with it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. 2 things. One, Juice had that shit on, bro. When he put that red coat,
that's what I'm saying.
He
put that shit on.
He put that shit on.
He put that shit on.
And,
he said, look.
and
his white grave.
I'm gonna be honest. All Rock's fucking around be my favorite character. It's not really all that close, to be honest with you. Bro.
Really interesting.
And Nocturne, yeah, he up there for me. I'm not gonna lie.
fuck All Rock.
He's cool, but
He up there.
they're
around like
teasing a
pop.
comedic goddess, so I can't give it to him because the comedic goddess.
But she's not even here yet. How your favorite character?
Yeah, right.
But she gonna be here. What you mean? Delicious.
That's fine. You can be hyped. That nigga All Rock, you talking his shit.
All Rock,
He do though. Like he be talking his shit.
I like a smooth ass nigga. That nigga smooth as hell.
The nigga travels as smoke, bro. Come on.
Yeah, bro. That shit
cold.
That shit
he literally said, "Who want the smoke? The smoke is free."
He is the smoke. Like
literally, who want the smoke? I will deliver it to your doorstep.
I think all in all, though, talking about characters, I actually think I like these characters less than Castlevania.
Really?
I do think I like these characters less than Castlevania too. I felt more connected to the characters in Castlevania.
Yeah. Maybe that's more fair. I feel more connected to them. Maybe it's not fair if I say I don't like them as much, but
it's not that I don't like them. I just feel more connected to the Castlevania characters than these ones.
I have the exact opposite experience. I have the characters in Castlevania all felt like, for the most part, at least like the humans, like Trevor and I always forget his name. Cypher. They never felt real to me in a way that like these characters, especially like our human characters, feel real. And I also think the vampire characters, or like the other side of the characters, also are a lot more intriguing. I think something interesting that like I kind of took note of. I think the female characters this season are like taking the forefront, and Richter has basically just become the supporting character, which is interesting because like he was the main protagonist in the first season, and I
think his kind of thing got answered though, with kind of like his arc and what he had to go through. He kind of got his I don't know if come up with is the right word, but he got what he needed at the end of the first season. Whereas we saw how it ended for Maria and Annette. Like they was both kind of like, all right, what the fuck is gonna happen with Maria now? And then Annette especially was like, all right, we didn't really get a solution or a resolution to what she was going through. So yeah, you're not wrong, but it makes sense to me that they are more at the forefront story wise because we didn't get a finish to their story.
Yeah,
and I do think that too is setting up character development for whatever is going to be in season 3, and like how they're going to continue to develop the story, because we saw Trevor get his character development in season 1. So in season 2, we're seeing the female characters get the women characters get their character development, because that's happening with all of them. On the good side, we have the mom going through her, vampire shit, trying to figure that out. And then we've got Annette figuring out her shit with her powers, Maria figuring out her shit with her powers, and then over on the evil side, we got Elizabeth and Droke. So like Droke's supposed to be dead. She a whole night creature now. And Elizabeth is
that was a crazy way to come back. I'm like, damn, they did they big one.
Like, can we I feel like we went past that a little too fast. Like,
I knew they were gonna bring her back, but in the first like 5 seconds of the new season, bro. Like,
because that's how you
kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Not that she came back, but like Max said, like she came back right away. Dog. Like how this bitch was the big bad of the last season. Go give us 30 minutes without Shorty. Like she. I
mean, they did. They rated all the way into the end.
That's long enough. And she came back stronger. Like, bro, come on, dog. We just got rid of this bitch.
So then let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think it was always his plan to bring her back? Or do you think that she was a fan favorite and they had to write her back in? Because that's what it gives to me. I don't think that they were necessarily already always planning to keep her.
Yeah, I could see
both.
But
in the same way, I kind of feel like she was always written to be to come back in because she's so much more interesting than Elizabeth as a character. She's so much more interesting.
Elizabeth just mean, bro. Like she don't even like.
She's just mean, bro. That's it. The bitch is just mean.
Yeah,
I just want to know, like, cause like we got a little bit, I just like your motivations, cause like, bitch,
that's what I'm saying. Like, she's just evil for being
motivations,
for the sake of
like
being
we understand that. Bitch, you're not segment for real. So like, Ryan's not your daddy. Like, those not the daddy issues you got. So bitch, what is your real motivation?
I hate Elizabeth not because she's a bad guy, but because she's
just bad for the sake of being bad. Like,
Right, like you just
We,
evil. You just want power just because you want power. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't show us shit she went through. We didn't get no backstory. She just you
we
was
didn't even really get like an idea of what she planned to do with the power.
all we
She
We
got
want to
just
was
swallow the
all
sun.
we
Well,
got was
so
what's her name? Any other time I think of her name,
she
uh,
basically wanted to create the perfect environment for vampires, right?
I mean, yeah, but like
But like, why?
she just want to be well.
she don't want to create the perfect environment for vampires. Where her motivations are coming from, and this is why I'm saying we don't know anything about Elizabeth, because all we're hearing is Sekhmet. Like if you know Sekhmet's story, like her actual story, Sekhmet's actual story, she is the protector of Ra. They call her the Eye of Ra, right? Her in the Kemetic legend, basically motherfuckers was sneak dissing on Ra. They was like conspiring to kill him, and Ra was like, Sekhmet, go handle my lightweight. And so she comes down to Earth to kill all the humans who is planning to kill Ra. But she go too far, and Ra's like, calm down. And she's like, no, they was disrespecting you. So then they trick her into drinking wine, a river of wine. They dye it or fill it with wine, so she gets drunk and falls asleep. And then when she wakes up, she becomes Hathor, the goddess of love. So like that's the actual Kemetic legend.
that sounds a
And
little Drakey to me.
huh?
That story sounds a little Drakey to me. They got her drunk and took advantage of her. That's whoa. Hold up.
Look, I said,
Hey, minor. What the?
Hey,
Whoa. How we get here?
but as far as like her
I was talking
motivations,
about Kemetic legends, okay? Giving Sekhmet's actual story. Because again, so in variations of the story, right? Instead of Sekhmet being mad at the village people conspiring against Ra, there's versions of it where she's mad at her father, Ra, and she actually kills him. And so that's the kind of version that you see the motivations in this segment, like of Elizabeth, because she says she wants to swallow the sun and there'll be no fucking mercy. She's talking about her dad, Ra, the sun, because that's who Ra is, the sun god. Which is why I'm saying we don't know what the fuck Elizabeth's motivations are, because bitch, you don't got those daddy's issues. Like Ra is not your daddy for real. That's not who you are. That is the goddess's shit.
yeah,
So like
that makes sense.
we don't really know what the fuck is good with you.
yeah, it seems like this is
Shout out Naj Summer with the
all.
history lesson.
Yeah,
Bro,
shout
that's
out,
up
shout
to
out to Bob.
speed.
Yeah, because I didn't
That
know
was
none of
good
that shit.
shit. Yeah, that was good shit. Just changed the whole dynamic of the show.
Yeah, I didn't even peep that because like the whole sun shit, that like that make a whole lot more sense.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
why
good
the fuck
shit.
do she got these powers over the sun anyway? But
Because she was
but
supposed to be the protector of the sun, and she killed. She's gonna kill him. She's tired of him not doing what he's supposed to. Because the Ra sun god chariot rides it right at the sunset, and then he fights whoever the underworld god every time, and then he comes back up, and like that's how we get night and day. That's how the Egyptians worked that out.
yeah,
That's
but
cool as shit.
so I'm thinking as far as her motivations, we see in the flashback like when Jota like first approached her, she was accountant, so like she already had power, and then Jota came promising her more and that she was gonna be a goddess, and then even in this last episode, so it's
Like what
she
power?
just want to be worshipped. She like that's
but see what it gave me that vibe though was it gave me the flashback to Carmilla's story, right? I'll never be at the mercy of old men, born old men, or what have you, right? That's kind of like I feel like they tried to give us like a diet version of that, but we're
I
like,
mean, but she was killing kids, and then like
Literally
it was,
killing.
and then like
but that's why I'm saying they were trying to give us like a diet version of that.
yeah.
I feel like, or like a rush version, because Carmilla, like when they showed us her stuff, like she was being tortured, what have you, and she wanted her revenge. This bitch, she was just evil for evil's sake, but they want to put her in that same kind of femme fatale like energy, but she don't got no true motivation for it, which is why I think they're playing it out like this, because it always rubbed me the wrong way that this bitch was claiming segment set. Bitch, you're white. You're not even. You shouldn't even be doing
So
that.
and I think back
But
to
that's
the
on
original
Jota.
question that you
Right,
asked is
right? I
that
thought
this is why I think that Jota was always meant to come back, because it don't make no sense for everybody else, all the other characters, either some of the minor characters to get an arc, but the main big bad guy, we don't get shit
You're right.
from
You're
him.
right.
nothing,
You're
bro.
right.
Like
You're
you just
right.
evil for the
Well,
sake of
then
being.
I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna let him cook. Then I'm gonna let Sam cook. I'm gonna let him cook.
Another question: how do y'all feel about Annette and Richter's budding romance?
It's all right.
During Black History
yeah,
Month. During Black History Month.
Yeah, no, I'm never a big fan of interracial relationships in media. Like, I'm like this. Y'all didn't have to do this. This is unnecessary.
They could have both been green. I don't give no fuck. It's just
This relationship makes more sense than Cypher's and Trevor's.
does it
I
though?
will
It
say right.
does. I will say that
I'm
they're
not a
doing
fan.
a
I'm
better
not a
job,
fan of
but
the interracial, but interracial aside, their romance is better. Like I believe this. This is making sense.
yeah,
I see it happening. I don't
100%.
feel rushed.
Right,
I just
100%.
don't like it, but it
Yeah.
is cute. It's very cute.
Yes,
I feel
my sentiments is exactly like they're doing a way better job of making me believe these are two people that actually like each other for like real reasons.
that is true. That is true. But I still
Versus, I don't even know how. Like, I couldn't tell you how or why Trevor
Proximity.
and Cypher.
Literally, it's proximity and trauma
proximity.
bonding. We
was
killing
just
monsters.
fucking
We
proximity.
alone. We might die all the time. I sleep in the same bed with you.
But like, they didn't even show that. They just
Yeah,
like
we didn't even get that
they
much.
were just fucking all of a sudden.
We just have to
Like,
fill in the gaps.
I'm like, all right.
Although
I
it
guess.
did
Because
make
they
me laugh.
did it in the y'all don't pay enough attention. They did it in the dialogue because it
What's
was
the
it used
name?
to be just straightforward, but she was always like picking at him. So like the little clips back and forth, that was their sexual tension. That's how they was doing
That
it.
shit was whack.
Yeah, that's why we grown.
I'm
Show me
I'm not.
something.
I'm just telling y'all it was there.
Show me something. Show me something. You grown. Show me something.
Break them titties out.
On my mom, I don't want to hear no words, gang. Shake a little booty, something.
Last overall question before we get to like the big philosophical questions. How do we feel about Maria's crash out?
I think it's a really good controlled crash out. Like honestly, like if we keep it in a band,
controlled. That's not the word I would use, but okay, go.
I don't think she's controlling her crash out, but like just in terms of like how crash outs go,
yeah,
I think like her
I think
guides are doing a good job. Like
we've seen some crash outs that really changed.
Like as far as anime crash outs go, she is not overdoing nothing. This
is pretty mild.
Definitely mild.
This is pretty mild.
Like,
I also think it's justified. I don't even really think it's a crash out so much as
it's still justified, but like I feel like controlled and crash out don't belong in the same sentence. First of all,
for sure.
The reason that I'm saying that it's a controlled crash out is because
if anything, because she really ain't got the power.
She's not gonna be the evil villain after this, right? So like her crash out is temporary. This is her venting, just grieving. She's not gonna be evil for 5 ever, and you can tell. And I don't know. Maybe I just don't like the bitch eyebrows, but the eyebrows, I'm just not buying it. I don't fucking believe her.
You these eyebrows, man.
I do believe she gonna get it together by the end of the season.
And that's nice control. She is just venting and lashing out. She just mad that her daddy didn't love her and she killed his ass, and now she gotta think if she a bad person because she killed her badass daddy. But no, bitch, you're not. And she's
she gonna get it together by the end.
That's one trope I hate in media periods. Like if you kill the bad guys, you're just as bad as them. No, you're not. No, you're not.
I don't think that's what they're trying to say with this. But
I think it's just it's a line that she crossed, and that may be issue.
Right, it's really not up from protecting the innocent to being a vigilante to punishing the guilty.
Regardless of how justified it may have been, it's a line that she crossed.
Yeah, just killing in itself is a line. Like justified or not, like once you kill somebody, you're not gonna be the same no matter.
Right, man. Regardless, you could have had all the best reasons in the world. You still took a human life. That's in every form of media. That it should, at least in the good ones. That changes for you. It should.
Right. I'm not saying that it don't change her. I just don't think it's gonna change her so deeply that she's gonna be evil, which is why it's a control crash out.
I don't see that. I don't see that coming at all.
I
don't see evil coming from. I don't know if she's capable of evil.
First of all,
she's not.
Her mama had to get her to stop being pussy to bring out the real demons. She ain't gonna be evil. If you gotta be pressured into like stop being a bitch.
Which is why I'm saying it's a controlled crash out, because the monster was finna eat her ass. She couldn't even put it the fuck back.
That dragon was finna cause mayhem.
She could only conjure that. She could only conjure that from that dark place when she naturally had that emotion.
I'm calling it now. She gonna summon that same dragon.
She's not no real crash out.
She gonna summon that same dragon in one of these in the finale.
But yeah, as far as Maria though, like I don't think she is going to become evil per se, but I do think she is going to be out of control and evil forces are going to if not take control, she will loose them upon the world.
And
The
see,
reason why I don't see that
I feel
happening
like
is
I feel like they're teasing that, like, no, she not, because she got her spirit guides, which is her mom and motherfucking Druce. Because if she didn't have them and they weren't able to keep her in check, I would believe it. But because she still like want the connection with her mom and is mad and lashing out, like, I feel like they're showing too much of her humanity for us to believe realistically that it's going there.
I mean, put simply, I don't think she got that dog in her to be evil.
Yes,
But I'm not saying
that's
it's subconscious, like she's gonna decide to do it. I'm gonna say she's gonna. So I have a few reasons. Well, one, her mama just ran away because she recognized she's a bad influence on her daughter.
This cat,
which sounds like a mom to me. You talking about something that's not her mom still? That sounds like a mom move to me.
But if it was her mom, the way we knew her mom, she wouldn't even be influencing her this
but she's
bad.
still her mom. I'm not saying that she didn't change at all. I'm just saying that she very much is still her mom.
You said what?
Her mama was the one that taught her magic in the first place.
Yeah, but she didn't teach her that shit.
Okay, but you gotta remember, her mom always did have that dog in her because her mom killed her own sister because Elizabeth turned her into a vampire. So her mom is really cut and built like that and raised a spoiled little bitch. Her mom got it out the mud, moved her to the suburbs, and she don't know the streets.
She gonna end up killing her mama.
No, I don't see that.
She's not going to kill her mom.
Not in this.
She gonna kill her mama.
Where's you get no? Is that what you would do? Because I think she loved her mom. I don't think she's even mad at her mom.
I don't think it's gonna necessarily be like she killing her because she evil. It may even be like a mercy killing type of situation. Like her mama don't want to live like that no more. But I think she's gonna end up killing her.
I feel like her mama would have to ask her that. I don't think she's just gonna go and do it.
I don't know if we got that's gonna have to be something to happen in season 3. We ain't
got
enough episodes.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen in this.
Don't got that dog in her to do that, bro.
I don't think she got that dog in her. And if she try to do it, I think her mama gonna tee up on her, and then it's gonna give us a call back to Castlevania. And
we got too many other characters. I think we got too many other people that could stop her from getting to that point.
Actually, a theory is forming in my head about how this is gonna happen. I'm gonna save it for the end, for the theory section. But I'm gonna type it real quick just so I don't forget.
I have a question, and I'm gonna say my answer before I hear y'all's.
Okay.
Who's the most annoying character thus far? Because I
do they gotta still be alive?
Don't matter. I hate Mizrak. I hate
I hate him too, but I hate that.
That's all Rock's boy.
Mizrak is such a bitch,
bro. He's so fucking hard headed, dog. Like, oh my god.
Like I gave everybody nicknames. His nickname is literally Bitch Monk.
Bitch Monk.
Oh, I was just thinking to myself, who the fuck is Mizrak?
Yeah,
but it was the monk, and I definitely his name was the monk. I changed it because he was a bitch.
He's so
he's such a bitch.
And like I hate the Abbott for different reasons because he's just evil, straight up.
The Abbott's easy to hate though.
But like he's easy to hate. I hate.
They made the Abbott so you can hate him.
Evil, but he is annoying as fuck. I hate that.
For me, like anybody that's self-hating, I also will hate you.
Because, bitch, why the fuck do you hate yourself? Like, just kill yourself.
If you hate you, of course I'm gonna hate you.
Right. You would give me no reason. You don't even like you. Why should I?
Why should I? I'm like, bro.
You don't even like you. That's a word. You don't even like you. Why should I?
Like he steady fucking Orlocks and be like, you fucking demon. I'm like, bitch.
I hate this hard ass nigga, bro. This hypocrite ass nigga, and like he swear up and down he still believe in God. Nigga, do you not see what is going on here, bro?
Even if you still believe in God, do you believe that you're like based on how you believe and you understand God, you believe God still fuck with you after this?
Oh, God don't give a fuck. He clearly don't give a single fuck.
You heard what he told the Abbot. He said even the thief was forgiven when he repented. I'm like, bro. Y'all don't went past thievery, but
well, that's why religious people be losing me, because God forgive everything except for the shit that you don't like.
Ding ding ding.
Just how you shame and shit if God forgive everything.
Hypocrisy.
That's the part that I can't abide.
If Jesus came down here today would you recognize him? Because I don't think Jesus was getting in the club. I think
they say if Jesus came to America, he better come with the proper documentation that it go to
say, if Jesus came to America right now,
they
would have
bombing his homeland. They bombing his people.
Oh my God.
They would send that nigga to El Salvador.
He came from.
El Salvador.
Now you just saying shit.
The fuck out of here, Jesus.
They're like, Jesus,
hey, they get the fuck out of here, Jesus.
And then he was hanging out with the hoes and the lepers. They're gonna be like, and these is your friends? No, nope. You don't like rich people. You like whores and hoes and lepers and sick people. Nope. You be hanging out with beggars and shit. Nope.
No, you gotta go, bro. You gotta go.
Your friends got sores on them. Why they nose falling off like that? They can't stay here.
That took a turn. Anyway, my question is, who's the most annoying character?
I think. I mean, it sounds like we got a consensus.
Yeah, I think Mirzak is unanimous.
Yeah, I think we got a consensus.
Don't nobody like that nigga.
But a gavel
is annoying. Like Orlog, why are you fucking with like you ain't nobody else.
Not a single redeeming quality.
He the only brown nigga.
That's the only other nigga, bro. That's the only other nigga. He don't even
like himself. That's why he won't even just let Palmer and her 5 friends handle it, because he could have did that and left us out of it.
That nigga
he don't deserve all rocks, bro. He do not deserve all rocks. That's my nigga for real. He don't deserve this.
Nigga, stay with a fresh silk press.
I know he got the bust down. He got the bust down, not the middle. It's a side part.
He feels like Prince every day, bro. That's my goat.
Hey, that nigga posture immaculate.
Do we think?
Shoulders back.
Do we think it's fun to live in the Castlevania world? Yes or no?
Hell no.
Oh. No.
Like the Castlevania Nocturne world, yes or no?
If I was a
regular person, bro, I'll probably be farming back then. Fuck off.
Yeah, first of all, most of them niggas is poor.
Right, bro. If I was a Belmont, maybe.
Mortality rate still probably like 20.
I need some sauce or some juice. You gonna put me in this universe?
I'm saying this like it's a magical world, and this is definitely the regular ass world. This is revolutionary France. We is on the plantation, actually.
Yeah, like niggas. I'm not. I don't want no person. No thank you.
Oh, I'm good, bro. That was easy.
Right, because it's just gonna be this regular world, and then vampires is the slave masters. No, thank you.
I'm like, oh, that. I brought this up when we talked about Castlevania the first time, but these Belmonts and these whips, I do not like that shit.
I be feeling the way about that shit, bro. Like
every time he whips that motherfucker out, that shit be blowing me, and that's another reason I don't like Annette. Like, come on, like. I won't be triggered.
I understand.
Don't you calling Annette the white man's whore?
I understand the utility of it. I understand the aesthetics of it. I understand Annette, it has many uses. It has many uses, but it also has
I'm like she's
a comfort girl.
A history littered with
during Black History Month. No,
what are y'all doing?
It's on fire. It's a whip that's on fire, bro. During Black History,
Impact Play, and Fire Play. If you're into that,
hey man, look, cool. Hey, no, I'm good.
Every time he whipped that motherfucker, I'm like, no, put it back.
Fucked up because he can do the coldest shit imaginable with it. But
get a fucking sword, nigga.
Yeah, fuck a sword,
bro. I like the whip with the chain on it, which saying that out loud didn't make it sound.
Don't say that no more. That was bogus. That was bogus. She said she liked the whip with the chain on.
Crazy work.
Insane.
You got slick back.
You gotta exit out this
bitches with hooves.
That is insane.
Want whips and chains.
Insane work.
So, well, there's a few big questions that I think the show is asking people to consider. I think the main one is like, how much humanity do night creatures and vampires have? And like actually, let's answer that one. Let's talk about that one first, and I'll ask like the sub question after that.
So I think if we're thinking about it in terms of humanity, I feel like that's what makes it muddy, because like night creatures, it's my understanding that they were once like human, and then they like are humans that went to hell who just get brought back from hell. So like,
I don't even know if it's necessarily that they went to hell, but it's that they died. Did they specify that they went to hell? That the souls are retrieved from hell, or is it like
well, yes,
that's what the abbot believes. That's what the abbot.
Well, no, not even just what the abbot believed. That's also what Isaac believed. Because if you remember back in Castlevania, when he's having the conversation, he says, maybe I'm doing the Lord's work, because one day there will be no souls in hell. And so Isaac, when he's the Forge Mastering, he's pulling them from hell. And like they're night creatures. They're ruling of Dracula. Like they're not just people who died. They're people who are in hell. He's reaching into hell to bring the souls and bringing them here. So yes,
I've always
night
heard
creatures,
That's a
they
fucked
have
up
humanity.
implication.
They're
There.
well,
Everybody.
the question about how much humanity they have, I think, like if they're down in hell getting tortured, like to lose their humanity, or like the torturing process strips them of their humanity, then like maybe they don't have any. But then maybe being brought back up here, like restores it a little bit, or like helps them remember. I don't fucking know. And then with vampires, I feel like, did these niggas start human and get turned, or like are they just a different thing entirely? Because do we know where vampires come from in Castlevania or no?
they never
Like the original vampire.
never
Like
explained.
Not just vampires in general, because I feel like
I mean,
Alucard, like he was born, but like he's a hybrid, but like we never see a vampire get made. These
yes, we
niggas is
do.
just vampires.
Yes, we
We
do.
see it a few times. Well,
No,
steroids,
right.
he got turned into
We
a
see
vampire.
people get turned into vampires.
Right. And
These
to
are
our
already
knowledge,
established. But the question is the vampires that were already here, because the assumption is these motherfuckers lived for hundreds of years. Where did they come from? Who was the
I
first
see what you're
vampire?
saying.
Where did
Okay.
vampires begin? Because then that changes the question of yeah, because if these are just a species that was born like us, then of course they have some sort of humanity. Maybe it's a different word, but why wouldn't they? Versus like the night creatures who were, we've seen some of them not come back with their soul and the ability to speak, and they're basically just mindless creatures who are forced to obey. I wouldn't really say there's any humanity in that because they don't really have the option.
but
Well, I want to push back on that. I think
Some of them do, right? Some of them come back and can communicate and can reassert themselves as themselves, but the vast majority of them, the most of the mobs we see, are just creatures. They're just mindless
right.
creatures who are doing what they're told.
The pushback that I'm saying is not that like they came back with no humanity. Again, these are people who the souls were condemned to hell. So for night creatures specifically, I think all of the night creatures have humanity, but it's about their will, right? It's about the strength of their will, or maybe the strength of their soul, and that's how they, can overpower the magic that makes them a night creature, because they're supposed to be subservient. The magic is supposed to make them the master, but I like, that's what I think that connection is, because like the way that Isaac made his night creatures, right? Like they were different than Hector's night creatures, which were different than the night creatures that the abbot made, and those types of things. And even the way that the abbot makes night creatures, he makes them with the machine very much differently and disconnected from the very personal way that Isaac and Hector created night creatures.
right.
Could that be a
I
matter of
also want to push
technological
back on
advancement, though?
the
It
idea
could
that
be a
they.
matter of technological advancement. I also think that doesn't divorce it from the point. Like, even think about in our regular society, right? Like, people know how to read, and then when Siri can read to you, and with the invention of audiobooks, people listen to books, and now they don't know how to read.
I do want
So
to point
saying
this
that
out,
just because the
that Isaac.
technology advanced don't mean that they still have the original skill, right? Like now that people have the option to hear a book instead of reading it for themselves, people will, right? They still want the knowledge, so they will still listen to the audiobook, but there are people who listen to audiobooks religiously and don't know how to actually read for themselves.
Like throwing
And
chicken.
I'm making the point that
Like
it could be that the technology advanced to where they can use it with machines, or he only knows how to make night creatures with this book in the machine, and he can't do it the way that Isaac and Hector could. That's what I'm saying. And
I
that
guess what my
that could
point was
be,
is the method that they bring them back, could that matter? Because yeah,
I'm
they
asserting
did
that
it.
it does. I'm saying
Okay.
I think it does. I'm saying that's exactly why we see what we see, because we see a bunch of his night creatures coming back and having more willpower than we saw in Hector and Isaac's. And then even with Isaac's night creatures, he encouraged for them to have willpower and taught them how to think for themselves and stuff. And we see them be more like that.
it was just that one roach nigga. Like it's still like
I think Isaac, he had a couple of them, didn't he? That he
Right. It
communicated
wasn't
with.
just that one
Yeah, he
roach
had a
nigga. That
couple of
was
them.
a change that happened over
It was a
because
handful.
It was a few of them. I
But
think the
I
roach
think,
nigga was just like the introduction to the
yeah,
idea
right.
that these people
Right.
can, or
But
that
then
these
remember when he
entities
took
can
over
speak.
that city with the hive mind and shit, he was like, sometimes he would let them eat and feast, and sometimes he would make more creatures. So they were moving more methodical and had more of a reverence and understanding of even their own sentience. So I absolutely think the methodology, to your point, redacted, like matters and is connected for sure, 100%.
I don't necessarily believe that like they have to be pulled from hell. because like even Isaac may have believed that, but Isaac also readily admitted that he didn't know everything about exactly what he was doing.
Process,
yeah, the process, and the abbot clearly didn't know what was going on because through their own admission and through even conventional shit, vampires didn't even think vampires could come back as night creatures. Otherwise, I'm sure this would have been done like previously. This was this was kind of like an
it was
act
an
of
experiment.
desperation.
Yeah, when
Elizabeth
told him to do
like,
it.
Do this shit.
Elizabeth was like, I need my bitch. Like, this nigga shit not cutting it.
Like,
she basically was like,
about.
Figure
Bring
it
her
out,
back.
my nigga. Yeah. She didn't know if that shit was gonna
nigga,
work.
you got some magic, fix it.
Yeah, she said, figure it out, gang.
Make it enough, basically.
Basically.
If Johnny has one vampire.
So now, like, does that mean does vampire have souls, or is it even calling this question the existence of a soul? Maybe there's some completely different other mechanism.
I mean, in that case, we would have to start by defining what a soul is, and I don't think they ever really explained that to us.
I was thinking that too, because I'm like,
pick me. I have the answer. Pick me.
Do you have your answer, or do you have Castlevania's answer? Because everybody got a different.
I have what I think is Castlevania's answer, and I'm saying I think this is Castlevania Nocturne's answer because they're basing their lore off of Egyptian, Kemetic stuff. So like based off of that pantheon, right? Your soul is your Ka or your life force, and all living creatures have them. So they would all have them. Because Mayat is the goddess who you see when you die, and she balances your life energy against a stone or a feather, and based on which way you going up or down. And she has 42 laws. So I would say, based just seeing the Egyptian stuff, that their version of solar, what have you, is Ka, is your life energy, your life force. And yes, both night creatures and vampires have them, but they would have a corrupted version of them. I forget what the technical term is, but they in Egyptian and Kemetic, whatever, they have like a term for like your life energy after it's went to the Styx River or went to the underworld and came back. So whatever that word is, that's what they call it.
My sub question to the original question comes straight from Tara herself. What makes something a monster?
Intent.
Well, if that case, those night creatures can't be considered monsters because they don't have the intent.
Unless
I don't think monsters define themselves. I think like
that's something that we give the term monster to something.
Right, but I believe
so in that sense, the word monster can really be molded to whatever you kind of need it to be in that moment. So in that, I would argue that night creatures are 100% monster.
Would you consider
even if it's not their own? Go ahead.
Would you consider the things that Maria summoned as monsters?
Yes.
Both versions, or just the dark version?
Like I said, monsters can fit whatever kind of term you need it to fit because we are the ones that assert what a monster is. Yeah. So if the intent is to cause harm, and that's what you think a monster does, or what the purpose of a monster is, then the things that she summoned weren't there to fucking bake us a cake.
Right. Because
if she couldn't control that dragon, that motherfucker would have been a monster.
What about the light version?
Positive creatures like the little birds or the tigers and shit. Yeah. Like, would you consider those monsters?
But still catching bodies, by
the same. Yeah, like the motherfuckers were still dangerous. They were still very dangerous. They were just light blue instead of black.
They were just light blue.
That's the only difference. They were still very dangerous.
They just came in a different colorway.
That's literally it.
The way that I think about it, if my nephew would be scared, it's a monster. And I think my nephew,
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what color.
In real life,
you summon a lightning dog out of a
terrible unit of measurement.
That's a monster.
Children are scared of everything, bro.
Not really. Have you met kids? Some of them are quite fearless.
Yeah. Kids gotta. I got a 2-year-old. My 2-year-old.
There's a fine line between bravery and stupidity.
Yeah, that's kids.
Dancing on that line.
That's kids, bro. That's kid. They don't know what danger is yet.
Do y'all think Tara is a monster? Maria's
no, mama? And I told you that.
No. Why not?
So
Hey,
Just
she killed
I
She's
that
was
not
man
a
in the
look
monster.
mouth.
look look.
She's not a
I
monster.
was actually
She is just a bitch who always had that dog in her, okay, who got turned into a vampire, who she got a list, okay, because that nigga, the Abbott, what
Got
you treated
superpowers
my daughter like that,
overnight.
and then you
Like
was
that's
gonna
it.
give her up. Hell yeah, bitch! I'm happy that you're dead. She was
Bro.
tap dancing on her baby daddy grave. Okay, that's what she is. She is a baby mama who got rid of her baby daddy, and now she can go live her life and be happy.
And move her
I
daughter
mean, as
to
long as
the
she stay
suburb.
out the sun.
Next question.
Crazy work, Lex. It's crazy work.
Is there a such thing as redemption? And if so, what does it look like?
Yes, and the answer, I know that person is not here, but it's Zuko, and we all know that. So, you know, the answer
Yeah.
is Zuko.
Rex, low key, if you watch Invisible, Rex is on that journey.
Oh, you did say that there was new Invincible. I did not know.
Oh yeah,
Oh
I
my
need
God.
to lock in on that. But the reason I asked that is like it was like in the first episode. I thought I actually laughed at this part. Maria is talking to Alucard and she trying to like get some consolation about her mama becoming a vampire, and she's like, "Do they got to be evil? Is it bad?" And he said, "My dad, he was a man. He had good things and bad things." She was like, "Well, how did that go?" Like, I killed him.
Killed that nigga.
That shit,
Killed that nigga.
I died laughing. That shit was so fucking funny to me. And that's why I'm convinced she gonna kill her mama. She gotta kill her mama. This is one of my favorite ones that is always asked, do the ends justify the means? This is basically the premise of the philosophical debate at the execution. Richter or something like, well, we shouldn't kill the fucking kings. And they're like, them niggas gotta go. And Alucard is like, this shit don't really matter either way, honestly. Like y'all can do what y'all want. This shit always end the same.
Should always levels out eventually. It should always levels out eventually. So, do the ends justify the means? I feel like that's an impossible question.
It's a case by case question. I feel like it depends on both the means and the end.
But if the end is always the same, does it matter?
The end isn't always the same. And if the end is always the same, then no, it don't matter, because no matter what you do, the end is gonna be the same. So if the end is always the same,
and I would say
means
the
don't
end
fucking
is
matter.
always the same, and I would say the means don't justify it.
Right.
Because you're not doing shit to change the outcome. Right. What you're doing.
But if the ends are always the same, as Alucard said, then don't say matter.
Well, just because Alucard said the end was always the same, don't mean that's true. Alucard we know that nigga is emo as fuck. We saw his origin story.
He matured a little bit. Oh, that's something else I want to pour. I feel like this is definitely like in Castlevania, he definitely was given angsty teen, but now he's kind of like he seemed like
he's an adult.
Yeah, he's an adult. He's like in his 30s
like
now.
quarter life crisis type shit.
Right. He like 25.
So is Alucard a millennial or Gen Z?
Oh, he's definitely millennial. No question.
He's millennial like a motherfucker. Because you could tell he's getting tired of Richter shit. That nigga's a millennial.
He is so over Richter.
He was tired of that nigga, boy. He tired of that nigga.
Hey, can you blame him? The nigga like 500-600 years old.
No, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I get it. I wouldn't have too much patience for his bullshit either. I get it, which is why that nigga's a millennial.
If I found out, if I was Alucard and I found out that nigga told the ops
dog
going, you are a liability. You can't come with us no more, bro. Sorry.
Nah, you gotta come because you gonna clean this shit up, you strong bastard.
Listen,
I would you sold the whole plot, shorty. We could have had the body.
I would have went back to Japan. I know he got a little sneaky link down there somewhere. I'd have went back to Japan and minded my damn business, bro. Fuck off.
Y'all think Alucard had kids with that one girl, and if he did, you think they're gonna pop up eventually? Like Alucard came back. What happened? Like, you
you talking about
he ain't impregnate that girl. He's probably toying around with her till she dies.
The nigga probably don't even rock. You know what? I'm not even gonna say that.
Why you saying like that?
I don't think Alucard be
he was toying around with her until she died.
Cause bro, it's probably exactly what happened.
He probably fucked like once like
that's probably exactly what happened. He probably fucked like 30 bitches till they was 90.
That's crazy. This
nigga 800 years old, boy. You can't. You know how fucked up it'd be if you just was fucking on some girl, fucking on some lady. Like, yeah, I'm gonna live forever. and you only gonna live till you like 77. So I'm gonna peace out when you 55. You go fuck on me a
Motherfuckers don't
young
be living
hoe.
that long. Motherfuckers be
Back
dead
then,
at like
nah,
40.
probably, nah. Back then, this was
Like if you lucky, you get to
Look,
40
look, look, look. I was trying to give her
and
some bridge
rich.
game. If you say 40, that's even more bitches he can fuck because he's 600 years old. Bitches was dying at 40. Come on, gang.
Right. They definitely was not even living to
before child
like
support.
that. They was dying at, like,
Before child support, that's crazy.
You want impregnating them bitches. The thing, oh hell, think about it.
What
If he
if
was,
he
you know how
might
much
not
more
even be
stronger
able to? He might not even have that capability.
he should
What?
if his
I
dad
think
got
his
his
daddy did it.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
but
his dad was
he a whole something else. He's some
He's
new
a
shit.
hybrid. He's
he's a
human. Why
mixed
not?
between the
He's
two.
even more genetically
Bro, I'm gonna say he should be
compatible with
more
you.
Bro,
inclined to
there's
fucking
no way he
reproduce.
was the first one. There's no way he was the first hybrid baby, bro. Vampires been around
He could
for
have
how
been.
many
We
years?
don't know. And
There's
he a
no.
No,
legend and shit. They call
yeah,
him the Alpha legend,
it
and they
makes
got
sense that he was the
prophecies
first
about his
one
ass.
because as far as the story goes, Dracula wasn't really being into like personal with humans until his wife.
That's
So it
one
makes sense.
vampire. And vampires been around for how many thousands of years?
Oh.
And they don't.
Dracula back in his heyday, he had that shit on lock. Okay, when he cared to be king, they was all shook and
I'm
scared,
about
and
to say,
that's why
yeah,
they
yeah.
called
You got to
him
remember there's a I don't think they specified. There's a lot of time between Castlevania and Nocturne.
It was
It's
A
They
like
what
do
like
lot of time.
specify. They
it's
do
like
specify
what
it's like
400
200,
years?
300 years.
it was like
It's
300,
several
like
hundred
three,
years.
400
Yeah.
years.
It's
Still,
like 200, 300 years.
Yeah.
But they say
yeah,
that
But
in
they
the
had
beginning.
vampires back
Dracula was the first vampire. We
in
don't know.
ancient Egypt. So
True.
Literally.
we know that through Jota's flashback. So like they've been around and they've been all over the
Right.
world. I don't know.
So like right, because like what is vampires for real? Because like we've seen humans get turned into vampires, but I think it gotta be two kinds of vampires because it can't just be humans getting turned into vampires or then what? Like cause how the hell y'all old as hell, but y'all just humans who got turned into some shit.
Yeah, that's always interesting. I mean, it's probably somebody fucking with some summoning, doing some magic shit.
No, he made a good point because the vampire's been around this long. Yeah, how the fuck we ain't seen no hybrids yet? Especially if they've been around since ancient Egypt.
And you know, if they're going around killing and pillaging and shit, who's to say they ain't no?
Ain't raped nobody. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say it. I was gonna pick a different word, but all right, cool. Yeah, but that's my point. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could just
But also, like, it may
we could
not.
make it so like that Dracula was the only one that had that ability because he was fucking Dracula.
But also, Dracula also knew a lot, and I imagine that giving birth to a hybrid probably isn't the easiest thing to do. But because Dracula was so old and knew so much, he was able to help.
He was powerful as fuck too. So
right. So yeah. Like,
there's other theories
maybe it's happened before, but maybe they weren't able to be like carried to term. Like they end up dying or some shit.
Well, in regular vampire lore, that's what be happening. That's why vampire human hybrid children don't really be a thing because the childbirth do kill the mother and it do be a lot. But that's why
that happened in Twilight.
Yeah.
But wasn't that about to happen in Twilight?
Yeah, basically.
That was about to happen in Twilight, and that's why she got turned into a vampire because she did carry her vampire rape to term. It did kill her, and to save her, he turned her into a vampire.
So then, yeah, if that's the typical vampire lore, then I guess it would. If any vampire is great again. If any vampire was going to produce or be able to pull it off, it makes sense that it'd be Dracula.
No way you just said that shit on live TV.
Yeah, I hated that sparkly bullshit. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It was great.
That shit was lame. That shit was so.
It was not lame.
That shit was lame as hell.
So lame.
Try hard to jump him in the comments.
That shit was lame as hell.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Nigga stepped outside.
It started sparkling.
I feel like that's how Jalen Hurts stepped outside low key.
Get your bedazzled ass on somewhere, man.
Okay, he was still gonna take your bitch. Sparkles and all.
Gonna take your bitch.
Speaking of Twilight, I've been seeing these videos and it's so fucking funny to me.
The first
they saying the weirdest part about Twilight is that the Cullens will come to school and
Colors.
Like they were so clear.
Cullens. That was their last name.
I'm gonna say, damn, bro, what you want?
Oh, it sounded like you said like
I thought he said the colors. I was gonna say, damn.
Y'all doing Black History Month. Y'all better cut that out.
Say, damn, bro.
Wait, what you thought I said?
I thought you said the
Colors?
colors.
It sounded like you said the colors came
Damn,
into school. I'm like, yo, bro,
the
whoa.
colors in
Oh,
February.
That ass. I'm like, what the
2025?
that what
Yeah,
happened
bro.
with black hair
meant
with
that shit. Hey,
color?
when he said make vampires great again, he meant that shit, bro.
Oh shit, that's funny as hell. But nah, be like the fact that they were so clearly fucking each other and like nobody like batted an eye
Well,
about
they
that
were
shit.
white people. You know, white people, they used to that type of shit.
Hey,
That's some crazy shit on
fair
I
enough.
never saw the movie, so I can't even speak to him. The only part of the Twilight movies I saw was that one scene where like niggas were getting beheaded. That's it.
I, LOL, was on punishment for a week because I snuck out to go see the midnight premiere.
Nah, that's funny.
That's crazy. That's on punishment. I
I
want to
think
see
I
a
know
movie.
what theater you went to too. It was in the Heights.
All right. Do we have any other final thoughts and predictions for the last few episodes, the finale? Of the season?
Predictions, obviously, it's obvious who our savior is gonna be. It's so obvious,
Annette.
right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a net
Shout
like a
out,
motherfucker.
shout out to Annette.
Okay,
Period.
so
She's gonna come,
here's
and
the
because I
question.
know the lore, she's definitely gonna be the real segment, and she's gonna transform into her goddess form, Hawthorne. She's gonna beat that bitch ass and take her power
Okay.
back.
Okay, so look, check this out. Theory wise though, do you think that it's gonna be as simple as Annette being able to connect with Sekhmet and then just being able to channel her powers, or do you see a possibility where Sekhmet tries to, like, I don't know, like come back via Annette?
No, the way that the Egyptian comedic lore goes is that Sekhmet like crashes out, right? And like after her crash out, she wakes up and is Hathor. So the way that it's set up to me, right? We clearly see Elizabeth being the crash out, who's the goddess of war, destruction, what have you. Hathor, who she's on the other side of that, is who Annette is going to have to become to beat Sekhmet. So if they're going to follow the Egyptian lore, I think what
Aren't there
Annette would
three
try to
parts
do,
to
huh?
Sekhmet's body that they're trying to consume, or is it
Well,
just
no,
two?
it's only
It's the
they already
blood
got
and
to.
the
They already did too. They did the blood and
okay,
the heart
okay.
already, and
The
now it's
blood
just
and the heart. Okay, then it's the body. Okay, I'm thinking the
Right.
heart and the
That
body.
has nothing to do with the lore.
I
I'm
conflated
basing
the
my
two.
prediction off of the Egyptian lore just because I see that that's where they're pulling from. So that's how I'm gonna make my prediction. And Annette is going to have to beat Elizabeth, and I think the way that she's going to go about it is she's going to try to be the war goddess Sekhmet first, and she's going to lose against Elizabeth as the war goddess, and then when she turns into the love goddess Hathor, that's how she's going to beat her. That's what I think.
okay.
Well, I think something similar is gonna happen where Annette's almost certainly gonna be the savior. I don't see how she can't be with all the spiritual shit that they've been having her go through this season so far. It just makes so much sense that she pops out like in the goddess's body or with the goddess's power. That makes sense to me. The only thing I would say I think happens is I think they could like subvert expectations and do something where Annette isn't able to control Sekhmet's power. And that creates another dynamic that they now have to figure out how to keep her alive. Let's say Sekhmet comes back via a proxy in Annette's body, and her body can't handle that much power. Now she got to worry about keeping Annette alive while she's trying to figure out or finish Vampire Jesus. I think that'd be a little more interesting than her just getting the power up and wiping the bitch at the end of the episode.
I agree. I think it'd be more interesting, but you got to remember if they wanted to set it up of her not having enough power to control that, then they wouldn't have been talking about how she's descendant of her gods on both sides. Like they've already set her up to be an OP ass motherfucking vessel.
Do that.
Like the Orisha that her dad is, it wasn't Obatala, it was the Iron Ore one. I forget off the top of my head which one that is. Shanko, maybe. He's pretty powerful in the Pantheon. So, like, if that's what they wanted to do, they picked the wrong Orisha for her to be a descendant of. But also, you know, when they be borrowing stories, they don't be doing their research, so they might not even know that.
Well, I've already talked about it. My prediction, I think, was going to happen. I don't think Maria going to war is a good idea. I think it's going to lead to a similar situation where she loses control, whether that's forcibly or like she just can't handle it. And I think Tara is going to end up like sacrificing herself to stop another Maria crash out. Basically, it's how I see Maria killing her mother. She's gonna kill her
That would
mom.
be interesting.
She's gonna kill her
I
I
don't
mom.
would
see that
say
happening.
that's just your
I don't
favorite
see that
song right
happening.
now
She's
because
gonna
you've been
kill her
singing it all
mama.
episode.
Kill her mama today.
But I think that'd be a cool way to end the
Is that the
season.
Blues Clues theme song that you're
It
singing that to?
is. It is.
Yes, it
I
is.
can't remember what it was, Robert, but
I wasn't gonna say it.
We just
I
got a
thought
letter.
he
That's what
like
that is.
actively did that. No, that's definitely Blue's Clues. We
um
got a
other
letter.
another prediction. Um I think Drota is going to end up, for lack of a better term, betraying Elizabeth.
I don't
On
think
She
she. I
better.
don't think it's
It's
gonna
Black
be.
History
I
Month. She
think.
better do it
I
for
think
Black
Elizabeth's
History
gonna
Month.
get beat up. It's gonna lose the fight, and Dolce's gonna have to take over and pick up the mantle.
I know y'all not familiar with this, but because y'all wouldn't care about this, but Victoria Monet, she beat Bad Baby up one time. Because Bad Baby, so she was ghostwriting for her, and the way that Victoria Monet beat Bad Baby up, that's why I think Drota is gonna do to Elizabeth, because Bad Baby got beside herself thinking that she was the big dog, and Victoria had to remind her
Wait,
that she was really the big dog. So I think that's what's gonna happen.
isn't Bad Baby
Mm,
Catch Me Outside Girl?
yeah,
Yes, Bad
I
Baby is the
think
Cash Me Outside girl, and
the only
Victoria
part of
Monet
that.
beat her ass.
Yeah, I can. So, Naj, some of what you. There's
We
two ways I see that happening. Where the only thing that kind of I would get some pushback is because of how much she's been. Oh yes, my queen this. Yes, my queen that. The only way I could see her, like I guess, being disappointed in Elizabeth is if she loses the fight. Like because Dolce been hyping her up for these
No, I
last two
think that's what's gonna
seasons.
happen. I think you're absolutely right. I think Elizabeth gonna lose some shit, and Jota gonna be like, "I was doing
You
all
know
this
what?
shit for you, bitch,
I should have
and
just
now
did
I
this shit
gotta."
by myself and just
Yeah,
that's what I
It's
think is gonna
wild to
happen.
me
I
yeah,
because
think you're absolutely right. I think you're
I
absolutely
think
right.
somebody as dedicated as Jolta is, considering her experiences, you would think somebody as dedicated to her after seeing like dozens of people burn alive after trying to, eat the segment heart or whatever the fuck.
No, I think we're like wrapping up.
You would think her of all people would be like, you know what? Let me give it a shot.
I'm gonna just do it myself. Fuck it, yeah. Cause that
Why
shit was
is
throwing me
that
off
never
too.
like?
Cause
And it ain't like she pussy. So like, I don't. What was taking so long? You could. I would have led with that. Fuck it. I ain't got shit
I
to.
mean, because like if it don't work, then she don't get to like live out her ambition. But if she keep looking for people, then she
Then,
could.
then you're not a leader. Then you're not a leader.
Hey, but I agree because they alluded to Elizabeth being weaker. Early earlier on in the season, like she asked, because Drota points out that this eclipse seems to have drained her more than the other ones, and
mm,
so it seems
Ooh,
like she's not as strong as she once was. And so I do
good
think she's
catch,
going
good catch, good catch.
to take. I've been taking notes. I got my notebook this time. Um, so I think that I very much agree. I think like she's gonna see she's either gonna lose or be losing, and then Drota is gonna step in and like, all right, I'll do it myself type shit.
Which
I have a
which
complete opposite
could
there. I
have
said
happened
this.
like 500 years prior, but that's
I
what's
think with Maria, the complete opposite of your theory. I'm almost fully confident that she's gonna get this shift. If not figured out, she will at least be a light or not. Like she'll be an asset in the final fight. I don't see her still being such a crash out in the finale that she is now causing problems for
I
the
would like to
cast.
say this about Maria.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about
Is it
her
about her
eyebrows.
What
eyebrows?
you say?
It's
How
not. It's
them
not. It's not.
goddamn
It's not
eyebrows,
about her
girl.
eyebrows. It's about where I think that she would dine if she was at Nickelodeon. I think that she would accompany Patrick and SpongeBob to Weenie Hut Jr. I
What?
think
You
that's where
said
I
she
think
not like that for real?
she's not. She don't get it. She is not like that.
first of all, she
Yeah,
got
I don't see it. I don't think she got it in her for real.
some
She is a
Oh,
special. She is a special little snowflake. who has.
I mean, well,
She been dropping, but she has been dropping bars this season. She said something. She said a few things. What?
yeah,
When
she
she
and her
was killing right
She's
before she
in
killed
her
her
phase,
daddy.
like he said.
She was
She said, what?
talking.
She's in her
crazy
Avril
to
Lavigne
Richter.
phase.
She was talking crazy to Richter like she was
He
08
was.
when that shit
He
happened.
was.
She was talking crazy.
And
He
I
was
know
talking
grief
crazy
is
to
a
my
bitch.
boy.
And this is something I got in my notes. I know grief is a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You go lash out. I get it, bro. I get it. Grief be whooping my ass. I understand. But that doesn't mean it's not crazy for you to talk crazy to Richter the way she was. Like she was even awake, bro. She was knocked the fuck out.
You
You
said
don't
your
know
bitch
what the
ass
fuck
ran
happened.
again, nigga, like you always do.
And you,
Said,
nigga, you was
you like
asleep.
you
Your
a
mom
runner,
Trying
you
to
a
hurt his
track
feelings
star.
because she hurt, and
Bro,
that's how you know
knocked the
she hurt
fuck
for real.
out.
Because all she's trying to do is hurt feelings.
Mm-hmm. Hurt
Definitely
people,
was trying to
hurt
hurt
people.
his feelings,
And
and
again,
she
you know,
definitely succeeded.
I want to
Oh,
make
my
it.
mama, she hit a soft spot
He
for
wanted to
sure.
I
go
want to
cry
make
so
it clear.
bad.
I understand.
Below the belt, fighting below the belt.
Grief
Even
be
I was like, yeah.
She said you ran like you
man.
always do. I'm like,
Like,
Basically called him a bitch.
nigga. First of all, you asleep. Let's get that perfectly clear. You don't know what the fuck happened. You are taking our word for it. You was knocked the fuck out. So I wish you would talk crazy to me. I wish the fuck you would. I saved your life and did what your mama told me to do for you, and you go talk crazy to me. I should smack the shit out of you. The fuck is wrong with you?
but there was these
You
two
really felt that way.
lines.
I heard it in your voice.
Yeah, yeah.
that was a hard.
You ain't like
That
that.
hit a
You said,
nerve.
you
That
said
nigga
not too much
empathize.
of my boy Richter,
That
man.
nigga empathize with that man Richter, cuz.
It's not even about Richter. It's about her talking crazy because you was asleep. You was asleep. You don't know what the fuck happened. Talking crazy for what? You asleep.
Hurt people, hurt people, man.
I'm doing what your mama told me to do for you, and you this the thanks I get.
Hurt people, hurt people.
Bet.
But right before she killed her daddy, she dropped this bar. I will only make one change to it, but she said most of what's bad in this world is because of stupid old man. You gotta add
White men.
You gotta add the white. You gotta add the white in front of that. Like
that's my favorite bar of the season.
like,
that's
like,
my favorite bar of the season.
Like you spitting.
Yeah, she really cooked with that one.
Oh, something we didn't talk about. Real last thing before we go. What do y'all think is gonna happen with Ed? Because like him singing, like it's cool, but it's like, all right, I want this nigga to do something else.
Like well, I think the night creatures feel like you because I think they low key starting to like hate and like be like, "But this nigga shut up." Like I think
the night creatures. No, I think what it is they gonna be part of a revolution when the two not the two. I guess the two armies, but I think the conversation between him and the army general that was killed and turned into the night creature is
okay. Her. What Max said at the beginning of the episode.
Oh my god!
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, damn, this bitch just naked and blue.
Nigga say she looks soft to the touch.
She don't even really got features for real. Like
she looks ethereal.
Yeah.
I want to see what that's in for. I ain't never had nothing like that before.
Look wet.
See what that's like. Never had it. No, I think with Ed and some of these night creatures is they gonna start their own little revolution and just start fighting in the middle of the big battle with Richter and them.
Yeah, I thought that too. And then when after the abbot had died and then he started singing and they all gathered around him, I thought they're choosing him as their leader. And then next thing we know, he's still fucking singing. I'm like, what the fuck? Do something, nigga.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
You know he got his claws and shit. He can fight a little bit, but that's never really been his steez in the show.
He got
right. Like even before he got turned into a night creature, like he was an opera singer. Like he
was never pussy. He could sing, but he was never pussy. He's like Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Mike wasn't no bitch.
We saw him fight in season one.
I just want him to do something. Like anything. I don't care what he do.
I need night creatures to formulate.
No, other than saying, dude.
I need them throwing up sets. I need them.
I'm telling you, he gonna lead the night creature revolution.
I hope
I
so.
already
Because I'm
see
tired
it.
of waiting on this nigga.
It gotta happen in the finale. You can't just start the revolution in the middle of the shit.
I mean, he can like start doing.
How you want the huzzah right now? Then what we gonna watch?
Yeah,
I just want him to like. I'm just tired of seeing every fucking scene is just this nigga singing.
You was hating on his singing in the first season too, guys.
Right, I think you giving T-Pain vibes right now. You just mad.
I just want this nigga like do something else, like literally anything else.
Man, let that nigga sing, cuz.
He been singing for a season and a half.
Let that nigga sing.
That's all that nigga did for a whole season.
Let that nigga sing, cuz.
He caught one body and he sang for it was like 8 episodes.
Hating on another nigga during Black History
All
Month.
Kendrick do is rap, and we don't never question his heart.
That nigga be running too. You saw he ran 145 yards in the Super Bowl. That nigga been in that same. He just be standing there singing. Ain't no choreography. Ain't no stuck in. Ain't bro. He don't get no backup singers.
Choreography. Yes, he did. He had all them dancers.
We didn't watch the same Super Bowl.
What?
Huh?
No, I'm saying Kendrick was doing shit. This nigga Ed, he just standing there. He just standing there at the microphone singing.
Because that nigga opposite, you really gotta lock in.
He was throwing hands before he died.
You have to have a certain level of intelligence to understand my man.
That nigga died immediately. That nigga was not throwing no hands.
He was throwing hands before he died.
He threw one hand. He threw hands.
He threw one hand.
He has a revolutionary voice. His fight is with his boys.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the final episode. They're gonna be in a revolutionary war. Niggas gonna be dying. This nigga just gonna be singing the backtrack.
And it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be cold
and that's
as
gonna
hell.
be what them niggas needed. You need
my
that
mama,
shit.
it's gonna be cold as hell.
That's why they got
You know when it's time to put it on, you gotta your murder music.
Like back in the day,
it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be shit blowing up. It's gonna be niggas dying. He gonna be singing.
I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it.
It's
but I want him to do a little bit more.
You know what more he can do? Put that nigga on a pedestal, let him sing. Get that nigga a microphone.
You want him to be singing and beating niggas' asses at the same time?
That'd be crazy.
Ideally, yeah.
I'm down.
Ideally,
ideally, yeah.
If we can do that, let's do that. But like, if he not gonna do that, don't keep him from singing. Let that nigga sing.
I don't want him to stop singing. I just want him to do other things, like literally anything else. Like, get with spit some game to the girl. Like,
that's
befriend her.
Who he finna fuck? That nigga got 4 hands and 6 wings.
Canonically gay.
I bet she'll love that shit.
He is canonically gay, bro. Like, what do you want?
Is he gay?
Yes.
Gay.
I can't remember.
How did we know he gay? Did we ever see him have a lover?
Because when
I think we did see it in the flashback.
When they had the flashback when he was talking to Annette, and they was talking about going over to the New World.
Oh, he was like,
and Annette was she thought he was gonna second guess this shit, talking about, oh, but your boyfriend here, he'll be here when I get back. We got shit to do.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Good catch.
I just remembered something I want to bring up. I think the key of like what gives like night creatures like their sentience, like what sets them apart is like very strong emotions, like extremely strong emotions. Because the first one that we see was like with Isaac, and his emotion was hate. Like I can't remember like who, but he hated.
No, because he was a philosopher. He remembered how they treated him, and he was like, "Them niggas was always talking shit in the barbershop. I'm not about this. I'm not about that."
Literally, and he hated them niggas, and he held on to that shit.
But hey, no way you just did that.
That's a real top tier fucking reference right there. She just pulled out.
Elite tier reference, bro. That was
definitely, and you definitely did a scene.
That shit.
Thank you.
Motherfuckers
just ended the pound with that shit, bro.
That shit was beautiful.
That was perfect.
All right. Well, that's it for the show. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a time. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe before you go. Remember, 3 Weaves, 1 Mic podcast. Find us wherever you listen to your podcast.
Tryhards, don't forget we jumping them in the comments for talking shit.
Hey, any one of you sparkly niggas want it, you can get it.
Ain't scared of nobody that shine in the sun, gang.
We ride at dawn. Y'all know the place.
No, y'all don't. Y'all ride at 7 a.m.
Bro, y'all can't be out before the sunset.
Boy, I get a UV flashlight to get to work. Fucking me, and I get a UV flashlight to get fuck your whole shit up.
Okay, but see, the sparkly vampires, the light don't do
No,
nothing
this
but make
is supposed to be the sign up. Y'all not supposed to keep going.
But we will. Okay, you gonna think it's gonna stop, and all he is gonna do is sparkle Hadoken your ass. All right, go RKO your shit.
I'm gonna get the nigga Ed to sing while I'm whooping
Always
y'all
in
ass.
the barbershop talking about Chief Keef ain't no hitter, Chief Keef ain't this, Chief Keef ain't that. Shut the fuck up.
Y'all don't live with that.
Motherfuckers wasn't in hell with me, fighting demons and shit. Y'all niggas don't know shit about Isaac.
Shooting at the police stick.
He will always and forever be my
shooting
favorite.
that Camilla and shit. Motherfucker, been a night creature since I don't know what. But all right, y'all. Till next time, we'll be back with the season finale of Nocturne. We will have a watch party, so stay tuned for that. Once again, thank you again. Appreciate y'all so much. Till next time.
Till next time, be safe, y'all. Love.
Gang gang.